Hey everybody. Okay, so last time I got like kind of the first thing working that I want three sort of things that work. One is the first thing is kind of like discrete recording, right? So basically, the recorder comes on, it listens to one thing, and then it shuts it back down again. So I got that. Hello, hello. So that's good. But then the second thing I want is like a long recording where it records continuously and it sort of interacts during that continuous behavior. So that'll be the first thing will be more like a hey try to say hello in Italian, and you do it, you hit the button, and then it gives you a score back on how well you said hello in Italian. The second one would be more like, hey, let's have a arithmetic or a calculator or something like that, where it's just interacting the whole time. And then the third thing I want is sort of a API listing that sort of highlights the API things that I'm expecting back, and then the um, the what I have. So I'll be able to compare in the future as this API sort of expands. And then I guess I also want sort of a logs, so I could see what the hooks are, all the different hooks that are getting executed, and that would do it. So I think at this point, what I need to do is, since I have one working, I would like to have routes working on this. I don't do routes very often. Um, I think routes are like one of the like if you work in a place and you're there early in the building of your application, an enterprise application, and you don't set up routes right at the beginning, you're going to be sorry. Uh, and the reason you're going to be sorry is because at some point, someone's going to want to be able to email a link to some behavior that you will have to, you won't be able to email a link because they're going to have to click all through, make a bunch of clicks so that they can get the right components up. And you're going to want route, you'd rather be able to just give them a link to where whatever you're talking about is, and it's going to be almost impossible to reverse engineer that because the way you pass data around is different when you have routing. So the thing about routes, there's a handful of things that are just constantly in software development that I don't do very well. And the reason I don't do them very well is because you don't do them very often. And routing is one of them. Um, the other major one that comes up about three times a year is regular expressions. About three times a year, I need to write a regular expression, and it's a big dramatic searching the web trying to figure out how to do it. And there's a handful of other things that just are constantly coming up. They come up very, they continuously come up like every two times a year, three times a year, one time a year. It comes up, but it doesn't come up enough to memorize how to do it. And there are very well established ways to do it. So now chat. So it used to be a very long, difficult search with on Google, like or some kind of search engine where I had to wade through a bunch of fake results and a bunch of ads and just general distractions that would make it harder. But now with ChatGPT, you generally get, especially for things that are well-established ways of doing things, it's the best. So need to set up routing in my Angular. This is Angular 18, right? Yeah, Angular 18 application. Uh, so I already have the router. Let's see, because I have app routes. And then, yeah, so I need to set up my routes. Man, this is pretty nice. Um, so, uh, I wonder why I don't have any of these other things. Um, but so my route, okay, so routes, that is going to come, that's this guy right here. I don't think I need router module. Oh, maybe I do. Okay. I'm a little worried that I don't actually need to do this because I don't. But I need to do this in this app config. Um, let's see. Let me ask. Oh, okay. So, well, let's just do this. Okay. So, why don't routes? Oh, routes. What's it upset about now? Cannot redeclare block scope. Oh, I already have this. Um, so so it wants me to do these together. Do I want to do it that way? I guess so. I don't like it. I like to do them in like like I like to be like this. I like to say route equals, and then I want this to be a route, and I need to pull route in. See, I've seen this done a bunch of times, so I know I know what I'm looking for. Just don't remember off the top of my head how to do it. So basically, this is my main. I'm going to just call this root, and then redirect to. So that's always going to throw me to the home, and I don't think I want. Okay, so if you go there, okay, so I want three things. I guess I want one of them to be, the first one to be discrete. So I'm just going to call this discrete. I'm just going to make it, for now, that's going to be uh, the default, but it may not stay that way. It probably won't stay that way. What is it? Discrete. Oh man, there was another step I wanted to do. So I'm not going to connect this all up. See, I don't have my discrete component yet. So this is not done. I don't know, like, is it going to be a problem? Is it a problem that this isn't done? I guess what I want to do is just comment this out. So this is fine. So what I need to do though before is I need to combine discrete result and the record button into a discrete component. So are we? Oh. Make that a semicolon. All right. So let's see. Yeah, I totally forgot. What I want to do is I want to move these two into their own component. So what I need, so the first step, anytime I'm trying to create a new component, as I do something like that, and I'm just going to make it discrete. So it's the parent of both of these. Okay. And then npm run discrete. Now, what I'm doing now, like I'm kind of creating a shell component that sits over the top of record button, and the result. Um, that used to be an extraordinarily difficult task that just took a tremendous amount of um, of concentration. And now it's just a trivial task. So that is one great thing that the modern frameworks have brought. Um, so basically, I need to bring in my discrete component. I'm hoping it was named discrete component. Yep, it's a blue. It's a blue. There we go. So there's that. And then we want to then, I think this is probably app slash discrete. Yeah. Or app dash discrete. And then we should get like a little, yeah, discrete works. And then I want to take these two guys and move them into the discrete template, which this is going to break because I haven't imported the two components. So what I want to do in here is remove those two from here and move them into the discrete component. Oops. Wrong again, hey Ron. Let's see, boom, boom. And I got the blue. And I got the other blue. And let's see. And if we inspect, we shall see inspect. We are in our app discrete. So we're sitting in the app discrete function component, and let's see if it works. Hello. Yeah, so it still works. So that's good. And so next time, what I'm going to do is set up this routing. So now I do have my, so I can at least finish that thing. Let's go to the route, and I can do this. And I can tell it that it needs to bring in my discrete component. I don't know if that's supposed to be caps. Yeah, I think it is. And then I can just add this root, comma, discrete. And I don't know if it's already set up to be able to handle this, like if these routes are being imported somewhere. But what we'll do is when it's saved, we'll see if it shows up. Nope. No trailing commas allowed on line 6. Did it again. Oh, so it worked because now we're sitting at the discrete. And the main advantage this is going to give me as a developer is that whenever I'm working on stuff, when it reloads, it's going to reload. I won't have to like move over to the navigate over to the right thing, because the basic plan is to wrap this in a tabs. So there'll be like a discrete tab, API tab, continuous tab, and then I guess there'll be like logs above it or below it or something like that. But anyways, that's that. Yeah, routing ended up being super simple. It always is. It's just like you do it so rarely. It's not something that sticks. It's getting easier and easier. And I remember when setting up routes was just a nightmare path, nightmarish experience. And now it's looks. I mean, could it be any easier? Like literally, is there any way they could have made this any easier for us? Here, let me get rid of that and save, and happy coding, everybody. Bye.